Greetings everyone. Welcome to today's online celebration of World Animal Reiki Day. Most of us are here today because we share a common trait. We simply love animals. And some of us are also here today because we are very curious about Reiki. Maybe we have experienced Reiki, or maybe we want to explore what Reiki is all about. So, welcome. Today's day is dedicated for the animals who are there with us, their unique sensitivities, their unique nature, and the teachings they bring to our lives. My name is Indrani, and along with Pastor Julie Webb, we will be your host for this event. Any Reiki story that I start with, or any Reiki event that I start is never really, started until I tell the story of Amadeus and how I got initiated into Reiki. So Amadeus was a cat who long back had decided that he wanted to adopt me, and I couldn't say no. And we had a wonderful time, and Amadeus also had a sibling, Artemis, after whom I later named my Way of Artemis practice. And there came a time when Artemis was no longer with us, and Amadeus went into a very, very, very extreme state of depression. And the vet had said that there was really nothing that they could do about it, and maybe it was his time as well. And I was desperate, and for some reason at that time, looking at the newspaper, I just came across this advertisement for someone who did Reiki for animals as well. And we decided to explore. So Amadeus had his first Reiki experience, and within the first 30 minutes of the session, he just slept, and he slept for 12 hours or maybe even more. And he woke up, and then he was just fresh and back again. It was just like, being back from whatever darkness he had gone into. And that was my hook into Reiki. That is how I got interested in Reiki, and I got more and more pulled towards it. The person who had helped Amadeus was also my first Reiki teacher, and I got initiated into Reiki, and then eventually went on to complete my Reiki master training. And this was about 11 years back. And during the course of this journey with Reiki, I also started specializing in Animal Reiki, because for me Reiki has always been about animals, and how the animals have always taught me about Reiki. So with that, I started training with Kathleen and a few other Animal Reiki teachers as well. And today, here I am. And a year back, I also started, I decided to take Reiki to the next level. I started practicing professionally and started Way of Artemis, which was in honor of Artemis, the cat. Way of Artemis has always been a dream. Since the time Artemis left, I always wanted to do this in honor of her. So that's my Reiki story, and that's who I am, and here we are. I will now hand this over to Julie.
Hi, I'm Julie Webb. I'm here with my cats, Bella and Farlow, and here for me is California, USA. I'm wearing my World Animal Reiki Day sweatshirt. I'm a Lutheran pastor and an animal communicator through St. Francis Animal Communication and Healing. I'm trained in Kali Ki Reiki, and also in this approach to Reiki that I share with Indrani ID, which is the Let Animals Lead method of Animal Reiki, taught by Kathleen Prasad. I feel like my call is to help humans in particular trust very deeply in their connection to everything that is. And so I got drawn into Animal Reiki through one of my former parishioners who knew somebody who was teaching it, and anyway, just connected us, and it kind of flowed from there. It seemed like a natural connection with my animal communication work. I'm so glad that I have studied this. It's not really difficult, and it's fun to share the practices with other folks. So that's what we're going to do today.
So Let's talk now a bit about what Reiki is. The word Reiki is formed from two words. It's a combination of two words. The word Rei, which means spiritual or mystical, and Ki, which is energy or life force or prana. So together, Reiki is spiritual energy. Reiki as a form of energy work was first brought into human awareness by Dr. Mikao Usui, a Japanese Zen Buddhist practitioner. He was in the midst of a 21-day retreat in Japan when he discovered the symbols, the Reiki symbols, and the way of the art of doing Reiki. So now what does this mean? What does spiritual energy mean? So we are more than our physical bodies. We also have feelings, we have emotions, we have mental thoughts and a spiritual consciousness. And a lot of this is out of the bounds of ordinary sensory perceptions. We cannot see or hear or touch or taste a feeling or an emotion or a thought. And similarly, that's also the spiritual energy. Now, all of these, our physical bodies, our emotional bodies, our mental bodies, and the spiritual consciousness are in a state of flux. Cells change, emotions change, thoughts change. Imagine this flux in the form of a vibration, in the form of waves. The waves, they have vibrational, they have their frequencies, and they have their wavelengths. When these vibrations are in sync, there is harmony, there is balance, and there is healing. Sometimes the vibrations can be out of tune, and that is when we lose touch with our true spiritual selves, we lose touch with who we are. And this can happen due to physical illness, it could be a mental or an emotional stress, which eventually leads to a lack of ease, and a lack of ease is disease. The art of Reiki is actually quite simple and at the same time very profound. Reiki practitioners, through their practices, learn how to hold a space for the recipient. The recipient is able to relax back into a very natural state of equilibrium. And in that state of equilibrium, which is sometimes also known as homeostasis, there is scope for profound healing. The physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies can realign their vibrations back into the original state of balance. Now, technically, a Reiki practitioner does not transmit energy. Healing happens in a manner which is best suited for the recipient at that point in time. Animals are so much more in tune with the energy shifts. They can sense the energy, they can sense the shifts in the energy. And it's just lovely. But they know this more accurately, and because of that, Animal Reiki creates a space where the animal's own healing process is accelerated. Now, why is Reiki such an ideal holistic treatment for animals? Why does it work? How does it work? A few things. First, Reiki is very gentle, it is non-invasive and stress-free. Reiki goes to the issues where it is needed the most, even when unknown to the practitioner. There are several practitioners who, we do sessions without really doing a full medical diagnosis. We don't do diagnosis at all. So without knowing the problem, we hold the space for the animal, and then wherever the work is needed, wherever the healing is needed, we allow that to happen. Reiki is originally started with several hands-on positions and all, and Reiki is also distant. So it can be done distant. We need not be face-to-face or sitting in front of each other. And unlike human Reiki, Animal Reiki does not even require the animal to be seated or lying down in any position. Reiki is harmless. Above and beyond everything, is just incapable of any harm to either the recipient or even the practitioner, because it is all about being in balance and harmony. Animals can control their participation of the treatment. So the two main ingredients of a Reiki session is one, the intention of the practitioner. So we intend that we are going to sit in Reiki with this animal, and the acceptance from that animal. So They are equally part of the process. There are several benefits to Reiki. First, it can accelerate healing in sick or injured animals or animals who are recovering from surgery. Because of the Reiki energy that is supporting their recovery, they just get better faster. Reiki can help reduce pain, inflammation. It helps with behavior problems and aggression. Reiki is wonderful for animals who have been abused in the past, who are now living in shelters, or rescued animals, stray animals, so that the energy supports their emotional well-being. It helps them recover from trauma. Reiki works as a wonderful complement for the conventional therapies. Reiki goes very well hand in hand with veterinary treatment. A point to note, Reiki is not a substitute for veterinary treatment. So veterinary treatment, whatever is needed, is essential for the animal, and Reiki can never take that away. But we do work very well, so if you put the two together, they complement each other. Reiki lessens the side effects of any medicine. So if there are strong medicines that need to be taken and result in side effects, Reiki can hold the space where the animal can recover from those side effects. And my personal favorite, Reiki helps the process of dying, death, and transition. It can create a space where an animal can actually cross over in a very peaceful state. I have experienced this personally when I lost my cat Amadeus, and the way he went surrounded with that Reiki piece, it was mind-blowing. And besides, animals, they simply love Reiki. You have to see when you're sitting in a Reiki session with an animals, and how they ease into all of it. There are many stories about how animals react positively to Reiki, and I'm now going to hand over to Julie, who is going to talk more about what makes Animal Reiki so very special.
Okay, now I get to talk about why we take a different approach to Animal Reiki than we do to Reiki with, other animals, with humans. And it has to do with the human reliance on words and with how sensitive other species are to energy. So with human beings, if you want to work with energy, you have to be pretty obvious a lot of the time, because we aren't necessarily tuned into energetic cues, if you want to say it that way. So it helps for us to have somebody come close and maybe lay hands on our body for a Reiki treatment, or near our body, to have them move toward us with a very clear intention, and just to be really, really clear and obvious that way. That kind of helps us figure out what's going on and know where we stand. But animals are tuned into, other kinds of animals are tuned into energy just all the time. It's part of their survival strategy when they're wild animals, and even when they're domesticated. And so with them, we don't have to be as obvious. In fact, if we are obvious, or if we kind of push our energy out there, they will often respond by withdrawing from us. And maybe you can think of an example in your household. I know in my household, if I come barreling around the corner, hustling and bustling because I'm late for something, and I come toward my cats with that energy, they kind of scatter. They suddenly disappear to the corners of the house, because that was alarming to them. I was coming at them with a kind of a disturbance of my energy, my hurry. And they don't like that feeling. Kathleen Prasad trained thoroughly in Reiki with humans, master level, more than one tradition. And she started out working with animals just the same way she did with humans. But what she discovered was that the response of the animals was sort of similar to the response of my animals when I come at them all hustly bustly. When she came at them with a wave of intention with her Reiki energy, I'm gonna practice Reiki on you now. I'm gonna support you and heal you now. The animals would kind of panic. Some of them wanted to get out of there. They just maybe wanted nothing to do with her. They would walk away. So she started to notice. And over time, she developed a technique of being very subtle with the energy work. And instead of coming at the animals, just sort of settling herself down near them and grounding herself and her energy, getting really calm, and then sort of within herself, inviting within herself and into the space around her, this peace and quiet and sense of well-being to just grow and expand. So she just sort of created this little energetic field, or became conscious of it around herself. And then she learned to invite the animals into that, to share that kind of space with her if they wanted to. And that what she had to do was completely respect their choice in the matter. Maybe they don't need what you're offering. Maybe today they need something different. Or maybe they're just cautious and sort of sussing you out, figuring out what they think about you, and they don't want to try it this time. So she says whatever the animal wants is perfect. And it's a practice of releasing your expectations, releasing your control over what's going on, and just resting in this beautiful, peaceful Reiki energy where all is well. So that's what we're going to be practicing together today. You will find that it is something that is it goes way back for you, I hope. I hope sometime early in your life you had an experience of feeling this way, maybe with an animal. And if you didn't, then maybe you learned to make that kind of a place for yourself later in life. This is a chance to sort of rest in that peaceful place that you can invite for yourself and for your animals. Kathleen Prasad also founded the Shelter Animal Reiki Association. ID and I are both practitioners in SARA, and this World Animal Reiki Day is an event hosted by SARA each year on February 5th. ID and I just took up the challenge this year to create a little community event to host today, but it's part of a worldwide happening just to promote this work that we do in shelters, animal shelters and sanctuaries and veterinarians' offices, all kinds of places where animals and perhaps humans too are going through a challenging time, and maybe just need to have some humans around who know how to help shift the feeling of a room to support the animals. So anyway, that's what we're about today, and thanks for joining us, and please help spread the word about this work. And I'll just add this note. You notice that the method is called Let Animals Lead. So the animals are our teachers and our guides, and they're the ones in charge really of this kind of Reiki practice. So we're paying attention at all times with really profound respect to what they want and need in this moment. And we are there to support them, to offer what we have if they find it useful at all, but not to foist anything upon them, and always, always to respect their wishes. Now, I'm going to ask you to get out a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil. And if you don't have them ready to hand right this moment, you can run and get them while you listen to me for the next minute or two here. ID and I are going to invite you to a time of reflection before we enter into a more formal Reiki practice together. So for this time, let me call up my questions here and I will read them to you, and then we're going to put them up on the screen. So we're going to ask you to remember significant animals in your life. They may still be living and they may not, but or it may have been an encounter with a wild one that you had. Some significant animal or more than one animal in your life. And we're going to think about what you love and appreciate about those animals, perhaps how they lead you. So the first question we'll be putting up is this. Sometimes animals just know that we need comfort. Has an animal ever offered you comfort when you needed it? And you don't have to, you can start answering that now if you want. I'll read the rest of the questions, and then as I say, we'll put them on the screen and we're going to give you several minutes just to reflect and write. The next question is, has there ever been an animal who knows you better than anyone else in the world? The next question is, think of a time when a beloved animal invited you to play. Did they have a favorite game? Or do they have a favorite game? A time when a beloved animal invited you to play. The next question is, have you ever had a significant encounter with a wild animal? If so, how did it make you feel? And the final question will be, what have you learned from the animals in your life? What good qualities have you seen in them? Okay, so we're going to put up a slide with questions, all these questions on it so that you can refer to them. You may pick one question if you wish and focus on that the whole time, or you may cover them all, whatever you like. There may be a little bit of background music playing for you here, and we'll give you about 5 minutes.
We will now do a short practice. Simply relax and follow along with the instructions. To begin with, find a comfortable place where you can sit with your back straight and upright and your feet touching the ground. It will be good to be relatively undistracted for the next few minutes. If you have animal companions, they can be around you, and if they are not around you, that is also equally okay. You can always hold their thoughts in your hearts. Now, close your eyes and we will take a few deep breaths. Inhale through your nose and hold the breath in your belly. And feel your belly expand with the breath. And then exhale through your mouth. We'll do this 3 times. Inhale, hold the breath in your belly. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. Now take your attention to your feet. Feel your feet touching the ground and feel the texture of the ground that you are on. Trace all the way from the soles of your feet right up to the earth, the ground that you're on, the ground that is holding you and supporting you. Feel the ground, feel the layers that you are on, and feel the earth's surface through your feet. Inhale and exhale. And now as you inhale, imagine that earth energy, that vibrant earth energy coming up all the way from the center of the earth, all the way through the layers, the minerals and the crystals and the soil, and entering the soles of your feet and rising up to the center of your heart. And this time as you exhale, imagine all the stress and the worry that you are holding, anything that is holding you back from being present here and now, going out through the soles of your feet into the center of the earth. Inhale. Imagine the earth energy rising up through the soles of your feet into your heart. Feel that earth energy holding you and supporting you. And as you exhale, you are releasing all that is stressful and worrying and toxic, anything that is holding you back. You're releasing all of that through the soles of your feet into the earth. Inhale and feel the earth energy coming up and holding you. And exhale and let go of all your fears and worries. Now, bring your awareness back to your breath. You may bring your palms together in a prayer pose, and we will start with the Reiki precepts, so just repeat after me. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will be humble and grateful. Just for today, I will be honest in my work. Just for today, I will be compassionate towards myself and others. Inhale and exhale. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will be humble and grateful. Just for today, I will be honest in my work. Just for today, I will be compassionate towards myself and others. Now relax and keep your awareness on your breath. So once again, inhale and feel your belly expand with the air. And this time, just as your belly expands with the air, imagine that that clean air permeates outside and fills up each and every cell of your body. Each and every cell of your body is now filled with that vibrant, strong breath. It is almost as if all your cells are lighting up with a clear light. And imagine each and every cell now being full of that light and that clear, vibrant energy. And that energy, that vital force is now filling up your cells, your tissues, your muscles, joints and bones. It's almost as if you are now becoming a body of light. And this time, as you exhale, imagine that all that light that is now inside you is radiating outwards. And that light that radiates outwards encompasses everything that is around you. So inhale. Imagine your belly filling up with that clear, vibrant air. Imagine all your cells filling up with the light. And as you exhale, imagine that you are radiating that light all around you. Now, bring to mind your animal companions, the ones who are there with you, and the ones who may not be there with you, but their memories are always strong with you. Invite them into this space with you. Hold them in your hearts. Let them teach us, let them guide us and show us the way. Breathe in. Imagine yourself filling up with that vibrant light. And exhale and imagine that all that light goes out and fills up all your animal companions. It touches them. And they are also surrounded with that light energy. Now, bring to mind all your neighborhood animals, the ones who live around you, the ones that you may encounter when you go outside, maybe on your walks. The animals that fly in the air, the ones that walk on earth, the ones that swim in water, and the insects that buzz with life. All the animals that make your life so full with love and everything that they have to teach us. Invite them into this space to share this space with you. Let them teach us, let them guide us and show us the way. Inhale. Once again, fill your body, fill up with that light, and exhale and visualize that you are radiating the light around you and the light is touching all the neighborhood animals. Now, bring to mind anyone in need of support. It could be an animal, it could be a human, or it could even be a situation. Hold them in your heart and invite them into this space. And once again, as you exhale, imagine that the light that you're radiating is reaching out to all of them who are in need of support today, and that light energy is holding the space for them. Now once again, bring your palms together and thank the animals for sharing this space with you today. Thank your animal companions for being with you at all times. Thank them for being with you in this space today. Thank all your neighborhood animals who show up for you. Thank them for being in this space with you today. Thank everyone else who has shared this space with you today. May we all be happy. May we be well. May we be blessed. And as you feel complete, bring your awareness back to your body. Feel your feet, your toes, your legs, your arms, your palms. And then once you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Thank you for sharing this practice today, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Please join us in the World Animal Reiki Day prayer by Kathleen Prasad, adapted slightly. To all animals, domesticated and wild, you are in our hearts today. Those of you used merely for food production, those who find yourselves hunted, those who lose your lives in the name of science and research, those dwelling in zoos and wildlife parks, those of you lucky to be safe in loving homes. those rescued and waiting for your forever family in shelters, those of you blessed to find respite in sanctuaries, those who are healthy, those facing physical, emotional, or spiritual challenges, those who are babies newly born on this earth, those in the prime of life, those winding down, and those ready to cross the rainbow bridge. May your body be comfortable, safe, and well. May your mind be happy, peaceful, and radiant like the sky. May your spirit be in harmony, balance, and unity with the universe. May you be respected, cherished, liberated, and free. And to all humans on this earth, may you be embraced by well-being and harmony. May you walk the path of grace, gentleness, and compassion for all. May your minds awaken in gratitude for the healing gifts of the animals. May your hearts be radiant with the light of kindness. May you be a voice for the voiceless, a lighthouse for the lost, and a helping hand for the ailing. May all beings live in the peace, harmony, love, and compassion that is Reiki. May sharing the practice of Reiki with one another help us to remember our perfect inner light and healing potential. Let us hold these words for a moment in our hearts, and it's okay to place your hands on your heart if you wish. And now send them out with blessings and love into the universe. Enjoy the day today, friends. And as you travel your road of healing, may the animals light your way. Love to all of you from Indrani and me. We're so grateful that you joined us. Thanks.